Winter cometh again to central Missouri. It ain't as bad as it looks. It's only been about an inch, but well, I'm gonna talk fishing. That's what I do when the weather turns crappy. I'll be right back. I'm Dale Verts. We're gonna talk some old school crankbait stuff. This weather is really easy to take because chilly tonight, chilly tomorrow, and then 55 on Sunday. We can do that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about something that I have never seen done on YouTube videos. Now, I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos. I really don't. Most of it's bull to me, and I don't get it. And so me being independent and single-minded like that, that's where it's at. That's all I got. The whole finesse thing, it kind of happened after I quit fishing, I guess. Back in the finesse days, we had do-nothing worms, sliders, gitsits, but finesse is, and finesse is very good technique across the board. It makes sense. It's just kind of a new way since I came back to fishing. It's so big, it's got huge. And I realized that I fish finesse crankbaits. And I didn't call them finesse crankbaits in the 80s and 90s. I call them sneaky crankbaits. That's why I used to say I'm using my sneaky bait. Generally, 99+% cold water. That's what we're going to talk about because we're still obviously wintertime. So let's talk about my sneaky crankbaits. I'm going to show you some. I'm going to show you at least one you've never seen before. Well, very few of y'all ever seen before. So first off, the most popular one of the bunch, I call it a sneaky finesse crankbait. Rapala shad wrap. I do not like a shad wrap at all as a crankbait. Matter of fact, I abhor them, except this time of the year. And, you know, I don't even think, this is number 5 and number 7, if I'm right, the two larger ones in the scope of things. These are two I throw. The thing about the shad wrap, and all my finesse crankbaits, no rattles, balsa wood, 2 of the 3, and very quiet, very simple base, not a ton of action on 2 of the 3. The thing about the shad wrap is I fish it most of the time as much like a jerkbait as I do a crankbait. I will suspend it, I'll weight it until it don't take much. And I'll suspend it. I still like mine suspended tail down most of the time, whatever. So a slow sink or slow raise, but still, where it's hold still pretty much. And I'm fishing it, twitching along slow. I don't jerk it. It's cold water. I'm talking below 45 degrees and really below 42 degrees. I mean cold water. But it's very finesse deal. I just twitch it and I drag it, stop it, twitch it. Real slow. I would love doing this on the water. It's just too nasty. And all truthfulness, my next time on the water, I'm going to start practicing for tournament. Even though it's a little piddling one-day tournament, it's still important to me. It's where I'm at right now in my fishing life. So I want to get across to you, this bait is tied on one of my rods right now. As a matter of fact, I thought about doing this video this next week on the water, and I don't know if I'm going to have time. It's hard to do videos, and I can't keep my head wrapped around it all good enough. I have a box full of these 3 baits. A single side box has probably 45 of these baits I'm going to talk about in it. So I had to go scrounge and dig. I got lots of extra stuff. I had to scrounge and dig them out. So anyway, I think that's a 5 and then the bigger one's a 7. I believe that's right. They both work really well. Actually, I kind of like that crawdad color, even as a suspended jerk bait, fishing over brush piles and stuff, because it just got a cool look to it. Blue back silver side, black back silver side, the old standard, way back Rapala colors. Really cool baits. Boy, that's one of the old ones too. That's one of the originals. Look at that. Crazy. I don't know why that one's not in the box. Oh, it's got some damage. Whatever. Beat up's best when it comes to these baits, y'all. Fishing it more like a twitch bait, like a jerk bait, and fishing it very slow. That's the deal with that. Sneaky bait. No noise. Sneaks up on them. I also have one of these I drug out. This is the, I don't know where I got this. I never bought one of these. This found it hung up somewhere. Got it from somebody. It's still a Rapala, and I think it's still balsa. No rattle. I've never thrown it. It's a little fatter bait. A little bit more of a bill. Is that what they call a Risto wrap, maybe? See how good I am at this. A lot of research goes into my videos. That bait should still work. No rattle. Got a little bit more of a profile. It may work great. I found a couple, 3 of these. A buddy of mine gave me some stuff he dug out on trim, and it's maybe one of those. Now, I'm going to say, too, I didn't bring it with me. The Rebel minnow, that's a copy off that bait, the Rebel, whatever they call it, does not work. Doesn't work for me as well. It catches, the little ones catch monster crappie. When a crappie are biting that little, what do they call it, the Rebel version, they does not work like these baits. Mostly they have rattles. They'll suspend as well. I'm just saying, the actual shad wrap is about as good as it gets. So staying in that Rapala mode, the next one. And I have 15 of these in that box in my boat. I don't have any. I found one of the old, and you think I don't like these baits? Look at that beat up poor puppy. Look at it. That thing's been hurt. That is the Rapala Fat Wrap. I think also that's a size 5 and the size 7's bigger. I like the 5. It is a balsa wood, no rattle, sneak up on them, very small profile bait, fairly tight wiggle, and it is a murderous son of a buck from now in towards the pre-spawn. And all these baits, too much stuff. All these baits are better at clear water. You cannot get too clear water for that bait. I've caught them on Table Rock Lake. I can see 25-foot deep bull shoals. All the lakes, ultra clear water. All these baits, at least these first 2. You see how complicated this gets? Heck of a bait. Now, while we're on the subject of these balsa baits also, this is not a heavy line power deal. This thing thrown on a casting rod is a trick. It's like throwing a potato chip. Shad wrap's not much better. Spinning rod and 8-pound test line, and really, and I don't like it, 6-pound line. That's where these baits work the best. If you can't catch fish on these baits, you throw it on 10 or 12-pound line. The bait's only going down a couple, 3 foot. It's killing the action. Yeah, that's finesse, that light line. I don't like 6-pound line. I'll throw it if it's what it takes. I'm not groovy enough with my groove to make that happen, okay? So that's the key to that. Light line, clear water. Now I have this one here too. This is I don't have my glasses. I've got several of these. I don't know if I've ever thrown them. Got rattle in it. It's a plastic version of the shad wrap. A little bit thicker body. Got a rattle. Same bill. I've got several of them. I don't know where I got them from over the years. I think they're brand new. They're old enough. The bill is yellowed, but I don't remember throwing. It doesn't work for me. And a confidence thing, I'd have a hard time getting enough confidence up to throw something like that in a situation where it really counts. You know? So the original Fat Wrap and a number 5. Rock and roll. And the crawdad's really an interesting color. All I ever threw it in was the crawdad and the silver side. But the crawdad is a brown back, silver side, orange belly. It kind of covers it all. Weird color combination. It works really well. Medium brown back, medium orange belly, and silver sides. Weird. Works well. I love it. And a final note, and I want to hear from y'all. If you may have something I've never tried. Very easy to do that probably, or something I never even heard of. There's other small crankbaits. Generally the Bagleys and some of the Poes that kind of fit this. That's a little pose like a Killer Bee 1, I guess what that one is. Balsa, small profile, but it never fit into my way of fishing these. I don't know why. It probably works just well. I have a bucket of these things too. This one has a kind of wide action, if I remember. I haven't thrown it. Still, I can't believe it's still got line tied on it. I think that's a Killer Bee 1. See how good I am at this? I can't even read it. Anyway, the Bagley thing could work. They're balsa baits, no rattles. It's worth trying. I just am telling you what has worked for me. It's very important that we're not going to jack around with this. This is important stuff, especially on a beautiful day like today. Now we come to the Coup de Gras. Boy, this one, this one's hard to share. I did a video a year ago this past fall on this on my Hickbilly Outdoors channel. I will try to remember to put a link in the description below. I caught quite a few decent bass on it. I had a nice day. Lake of the Ozarks, Thanksgiving last year. 2 years ago, 22. Guys, this bait has a real special place in my heart. The amount of big bass I've caught in this, and numbers of good keeper bass over the years, and it's a bait nobody throws. I guarantee any given day in Lake of the Ozarks, this time of year, I'm the only one throwing it. Again, I've caught it in water temperatures as cold as 36, 38, up to about 55 degrees. It's a totally different kind of bait than the rest of these. It's a Heddon tadpolly. Wow, I've lost it, ain't I? No, I bet you I own 150 of these, maybe 200 of them. They make a magnum size, they make this size, they make a smaller one, they make a fly rod size, I believe. But that's the one. It's like it's a quarter ounce, maybe 3/8 ounce. It's just a little bait. Again, they made a clatter tad. I have some. This is a no rattle, old school bait. Okay. Variety of colors, old school colors, the salmon catching colors like that. Plain old chrome, always good. Look at that bait. That bait's original enough I've never even changed the hooks on it. Like I upgraded a bunch of them. That's one I've got. It still got I would never throw those hooks on that bait. This isn't the one, the ancient one. I've got them all the way back to antique with the line. You can tell by the line tie. Now I've got some I painted myself because they never had a real good crawdad color. So I've got some I painted myself, beat up, put a little character to them. Crawdad, and I throw it in a crawdad, bait fish, the yellows, whatever. They had a clear perch scale, green, chrome. I've got a pile of them. The Heddon tadpolly. The difference between this bait and the other two we talked about are the balsa baits. This got a wide wobble like a wigglewort. It does not dive as deep as a wigglewort. Again, 8-pound test line is the best for it. I have thrown it on 10 and caught fish. It pulls back a little bit more on those other baits. Fishing as a crankbait, banging the bottom, banging rocks. Because it has a big old wide wobble. It's a tremendous bait. I kind of hate to share that one because nobody knows about it. Oh well. I can't tell you how many fish I've caught in this thing over the years. And tournaments I've won or at least donated to win. Heddon tadpolly. It dates back to the 40s or 50s. I believe they still make this bait. You can find them on eBay. I bought about 45 of them on eBay when I came back to fish and added to my collection. I guarantee you, if I don't own 150 of them, I don't own 50. I mean, I own a pile of them for whatever reason. Upgraded hooks and split rings. The old line ties were a big old heavy loop. Mostly it works, but big old wide wobble. I may do some video, may catch some fish on me yet this winter and this spring. Maybe, who knows, could happen. This is called an intervention. I was getting ready to get out of the truck, got video done, success, and I realized something else very important sitting right here. None of these baits are going to be effective, especially in this kind of weather, if you don't have sharp hooks. I preach and preach and preach. Sharp hooks. If you fish with a bait very long in rocks, change or sharpen hooks. You cannot believe the difference, especially in cold water, where they make a little slap of the bait, just put their mouth on it, how much of a difference it'll make having sharp hooks on any kind of bait you throw. But I think crankbaits and jerkbaits are more important than a worm hook, where you put some power behind it. Sharp hooks, y'all. How's that for a tip of the day? Is that a good tip of the day? Maybe I'll put another tip of the day in here. So that's it. That's my Finesse crankbait cold water sneak up on them baits. Sneaky bait. That's what I used to call them, sneaky baits. Very little impact, very little footprint in the water. Even that tadpolly, it's just not, it's subtle, subdued. And fish catching crazy. I'm going to be throwing all 3 of these baits in the next few weeks, along with my wigglewort and the rock crawler style baits. As the water gets a little warmer, I'll leave the wiggleworts on. I'll go more to the Deep We Are and the Bomber Model A all the way up till spawn time. And a lot of times that tadpolly, it'll stay on 55, one of the best days ever had is 55-degree water, stained water, a lot of wind, and a chartreuse tadpolly. every cast sometimes 3 pound. It was a crazy day for 3 pound bass. You remember those kind of things as you get older. So that's all I got. I wanted to do a video on it. I would rather have done it on the water, but I come up early today, got fire going in my restaurant. It's going to be nasty. We're going to be a slow evening. Although the special this evening is all you need catfish. It comes with a side. We do really good sides. It comes with the best hush puppies you ever had in your life. Or you can order off the regular menu. My wife's got a bunch of homemade pies in there. This isn't working, is it? Okay. I got some more stuff from coming on. Let's might ask about that fat wrap. I think I got that covered. Light line, spinning rod, long casts, fish it real slow or fish it like a jerkbait. Put a couple suspend dots on it, and where it slows down even more, twitch, twitch, drag, let it set. Drag, let it twitch, set, let it forget what you just did. And they eat it up. When everybody else is throwing a regular old stick bait, jerk bait, you follow them up with one of those. That's all I got. Thank you guys. God bless. We'll talk about something next time, I promise. Probably. See ya.